Here's another way to do leaf mold if you don't have access to those large bags that we got from the mattress or furniture companies, or don't have the room for them, and you have access to just regular plant containers with holes in the bottom. What we did is we stacked the same leaves, our maple leaves, in this tub, and it was in touch with the ground, which was wood chips. So obviously things fell into it through the winter, but this has been in this tub for about 8 months, and the maple leaves were getting somewhat irrigated from our garden. We didn't water them specifically, but they were getting irrigation from the garden. So if I go into here, you can see that these are beginning to look a lot more like processed leaf mold, but you can see the interleaves of where you find the baby worms and the full-size worms, quite frankly, are in these in this not compressed, but as the leaves break down, they are still in these flat sheets, and this is where I find the worms. I'm going to get my hands dirty here. I'm going to go right to the bottom, see if we can find you some worms. You found one? There's a big one. There's a big worm, and lovely rich color, bulging clitellum, so that's a mature worm. So down you go. I won't disturb you again. But yeah, there's worms in here. There are cocoons in here. So there's one sticking right out of the leaves here. Look at them. Yeah. So yeah, there they are. They hide in these leaves. That one's a little bit paler. There's a redder one on my hand. So if you have, plant containers that you're not using, you get nursery stock, and you've got, this obviously is a large container. It probably had, a tree or a shrub in it from a nursery. And we're not really adding to our garden anymore. I just went on Facebook and just asked my friends, does anybody have any large containers? And somebody's had a landscaping job done or a hedge put in, and they have these huge tubs just all, hanging around, and they want to get rid of them. So, they would put them on the end of their driveway, and we would go pick them up, and this is how we got these large tubs. So this is how you can make leaf mold with very little effort. Just put some lovely garden leaves in here. I'm actually not seeing a lot of slugs. Oh, there's a little centipede landing. Would you throw him out? See the little white guy? I don't like centipedes in my systems, because they go after the babies, the baby wisps. Anyway, so I'm not seeing a lot of slugs in here, because these leaves would have been picked up pretty much, the day they fell from the tree. Not that you never see a slug in here, but you're not going to get an insect infestation, is what I'm saying, if you do this. The leaves were, picked up when they had just fallen, so they hadn't sat on the ground long enough to get, a lot of slugs interested in laying eggs in them. And if you move your leaves swiftly, obviously the slugs aren't in the trees, so you don't get slugs. But what you do get is the worms will find these leaves, and the worms will move in and help the breakdown process. So when you give these leaves leaf mold, if you like, to your worm bins, they will benefit from not only the leaves being partly decomposed, almost fully decomposed the further down I go, but you also will get some new friends for your worm bin. All right, everyone, that's so another way to do leaf mold. Take care.